Hello. Happy Cinco de Mayo. This is a shout out for all our wonderful Hispanic, Mexican, South American friends. Thank you for everything you have brought to this country and the wonderful traditions that you've allowed us to share in. So, welcome here. It's Sunday, May 5th, and Charlotte is here. We're giving a shout out to all of our Hispanic American friends and all of the wonderful traditions they've shared with us over the years. We're very, very lucky. So how are all of you? Charlotte, how are you doing? I hope you're feeling a little better. And Sonia, so nice to see you, sweetie. So nice to see you. So, Sonia, we finally got our Jenny Buyer, our second month's clue. Diane, you don't celebrate the day? Hi, everybody. I'm celebrating today. I have been working so hard lately. Mark went to the store, got us some good margarita stuff, and we're going to have some tacos and refried beans and all that good stuff. So, hi, everybody. Nice seeing you guys. I can put away my mic on reminder because I remembered to turn it on. Yay, Deb. You can teach an old lady new tricks. Akko, hello, Akko. Diana Rice having stroganoff. That's cute. Well, you got the Russian side covered. Vicky, we missed you last week. I was worried about my Vicky. Usually she's here and greets me every time. So, hello, Vicky. Oh, good. I'm not a quiet person, am I? But anyway, baked chicken and baked potatoes. I'll take it. Frozen pizza. I'll take that. Hi, Kathy Mitchell in Illinois. We are so glad to see you. Let me get a tissue, guys. My glasses are just a little bit dirty, and I feel like I thought this morning I was brushing my teeth. Some toothpaste fell on my glasses. I thought, well, while it's there, go ahead and clean my lenses. But then I forgot. Toothpaste is a real bear to get off, right? Especially if it's a sensitive teeth kind. It's made to stick to something. So I'm trying to look through toothpaste to see y'all. But it's so good to see you. I do want to take a moment to just have you do something for me, please. I got a phone call from Susan Smith, who you know is such a sweet organizer of me and helps out so much. And her husband, what happened to Diana? Oh, Diana 57? Yeah, I think that this would be, I'm sorry, sweetie. Well, I'm glad you're here sharing this with us. And it's kind of what I want you to think about, if you would, please. Susan Smith called me this morning, and her husband is in the hospital, and they're doing heart evaluations. He might have to have some heart surgery. So would you do me a favor and keep her close to your heart today? She's not going to be here, and we're going to miss her terribly, terribly. But she has a really sweet husband, and be thinking, because they need him. They really need him. And so, you know, so far he's doing good, and it's like they're hoping they've caught it, but the EKG wasn't quite normal. They're going to be doing different tests. But be thinking about him, okay? Good. Because you know what she said? I loved it. She said, you know what? You ladies have gotten me through some tough times. And I thought to myself, you know, that's exactly right. I was listening to NPR yesterday. Thank you, Diana, 57. I was listening to NPR yesterday talking about how much healthier you are if you surround yourself with people. And they even said it doesn't have to be people like right beside you or whatever. It can be online groups or whatever. And I truly see that. I see that. I know I'm happy. I'm excited to get to my live streams. When I get off of here, I'm so happy. When I used to have a face-to-face group, I would come home exhausted because it weighed on me a lot. There was a lot to do or worry about, or maybe it's the way I looked at it since I'm basically shy. But this group, it's just wonderful. It's absolutely wonderful. And I leave here and I'm like refreshed and renewed for the week. So thank you. Thank you for what you do for me. So I appreciate it. So Charlotte had a little bout with her celiacs this week. So she stayed home, but she wrote a really cool, awesome woman power poem. It was just amazing, way beyond her 14 years. Don't know how she does it, but it's amazing. And yeah, this is a wonderful group. Y'all are an amazing. Oh, I forgot to type in my normal hello, quilters and chatters. I have been a busy girl this week, and I wanted to say y'all have been very kind to me, and thank you. Hello, quilters and chatters. I just love, I'm a person who loves routine, so I love being able to type that in. Oh, what is, let me see. I can't wait to see the teal border on Bonnie's Sudoku quilt. I don't know what Sudoku is. I know it's all the rage and everybody's playing it. And as usual, I'm kind of out there going, huh? I never am good about, I'm never good about getting in on trends until it's like, too late. But I can't wait. I can't wait. So, but Diane, I'm sorry that this day has some bad memories for you. But I'm not a drinker. I'm a teetotaler, so I don't handle it well. But I told Mark, I've been so busy lately. I had to take my car in the other day to have the recalled airbag recalled. So the airbag they put in for the recall last time was in itself defective. So I'm so busy. I've got so much going on. I have to take a couple hours to go sit in an auto dealership and have a new. Now watch, this would be defective. I give up then. But we're getting ready to take a trip to Lancaster to see my quilt in the show. And they said in the recall notice that if the bag were to deploy, it could deploy with explosive force, driving shrapnel through the driver and passengers. I thought maybe that's not a good thing. So let's don't take a long trip, especially on the Beltway and all that stuff where it's crazy up near DC. Let's don't take a trip with a defective airbag. Nadine is here. Yeah, have you noticed Nadine and Diana Wright? Yeah, we're getting a sisterhood going here. I've noticed on the Yahoo chat group that it started out, they both have a crush on Adita Sitar. I'm sorry if I have messed up her name. But now they're just chatting back and forth. And what are the rest of us? Are we chopped liver? I'm just teasing. I think y'all are so cute. So anyway, is Cheryl? Cheryl is here. Hi, sweetheart. It is so good to see. I look forward to seeing y'all from week to week. I really do. And I miss y'all. If, something happens and I don't see you one week, I really miss y'all. So anyway, no, I am so happy. Don't listen. I'm teasing you, Nadine. I'm so happy that you and Diana have formed a friendship. I love watching how each person develops and changes and blossoms on this group. If I'm lucky, I get to see that. And it is precious, precious. And it's so funny, Dadine. I knew you had a young spirit about you. And when you mentioned your mother's age, and I thought, her mother's younger than I am. So no wonder. So anyway, I'm with the older group in the group. So anyway, but it is awfully good to see you. I have been busy. You know, I've got a retreat coming up, and then I'm going to go to Lancaster. Let me show you some things I've been working on. Now, last week, I showed you, I was late on this, talking about being late to trends. Yeah, Nadine, I was absolutely kidding. I absolutely, my mother was 19 when she had me. So I know what you're talking about. But I love that y'all are making friendships. This is what this is about. We don't live in family communities anymore, and so we don't tend to have the support groups. And so I love that we are now so creative. We're using modern inventions to create the support groups that help us live longer, healthier, and happier lives. So I applaud all of you. So, oh, you were proud of me. Thank you. I worked hard on it. I've got one more episode to show you, but I was telling Bonnie that the sky is a little too busy. Oh, Cheryl, are you on our Yahoo group? I tell you what you do, Cheryl. If you're not on our Yahoo group, please send, hold on, wc.com. All right, send an email, Cheryl, if you're not on our Yahoo group. Send an email to this, and I will forward it on to Diana Wright, and that way you'll have the address. So, oh, good. In fact, I have a card in here, and I want to get these pictures. Bonnie, is it okay if I show your quilt to everyone here? I want to see if I can do that today. I didn't write a plan of what to talk about today, so I'm kind of gonna, oh, am I? Because lately I'm like, I was 22 when I had my first child. And since my mother, well, actually, I don't even think she was quite 19. I'm trying to think. No, she was 19. Or actually, was she 20? Because she was born no, she was 19. And sorry, you're watching the little brain going tick, tick, tick. Figure it out, Deb. My mother was born in 36. I was born in 56. So I had to do the math. But she was September and I was May. So she was 19. But anyway, so when I went to the pediatrician, and I'm so proud because I'm 22, he said, oh, you're just a baby. Well, now looking back, I was just a baby. What was I thinking? You were 23, Akko. Aw, that's so sweet. That is so sweet. So, remember last week we did these containers? I mean, the cutest things in the world. And I did the two different kinds. Well, then I decided I had to do a make and take for the retreat. And I kind of like, oh, what in the world am I going to do? Well, that's how I came up with that idea. So I want to show you how amazing I have been getting ready, prepared. I've made 4 copies, which will stay at the table because I don't want to waste printer ink and paper making everybody there. So I figured 4, that way 4 people can use the directions at once. I made 4 copies. Didn't even know my printer collates. I'm pretty impressed. I've had it for 15 years or 14 years and didn't know it collates. Anyway, then I took and made 17 kits. And I took and cut out the 10 inches for the fabric, the lining, and interfacing, which I pressed on there. And I think I found some really cute fabric. Look at that. Isn't that cute? And then look at this. Isn't that precious? And I put a yellow on that, on the back of that. Then look at these cute things. Put a pink in that one. And some geraniums. Did a green on the inside for that. And look at these. Is that the cutest? Oh my gosh. And did an orange lining for those. And I had enough lemon fabric to do one more of those. So even though there are going to be more ladies that come to the retreat, not everybody participates. So we're having a fabric seller come to the retreat. So if by chance everybody wants to make one of these, I'll have to quickly buy some fabric. But then, so I got these done. And you saw that I have the instructions collated and stapled. Yes, I love it when I get organized because it's a rare occurrence. And then I cut out 17 10-inch pieces of batting. And some of it, I sewed scraps together. And you know how to do that. You butt up the edges and you zigzag it. And for something like this, it doesn't matter. I would not butt together pieces of interfacing for a show quilt, but for a cute little make it, take it, it's fine. Then I have buttons. Whoops, sorry, I keep banging the computer. I have all kinds of buttons that I'm going to take that they can choose from. So I think that's a very nice make it, take it, and hopefully they'll be very happy with it. And so that's that. All right. Then I made business cards because I figured between going to the retreat and going to Lancaster to see my quilt in the show, that I should have these ready to hand out and say, hey, I have a YouTube channel and we're great gals. Come join us. So that's done. And I need to find a little bag to put those in. Okay. I keep junk, and so I never have to worry. I know that I've got a little plastic bag for everything. But, so I'll put these in that. I looked online to get a business card holder, but I didn't want to pay that much, so my bags work fine. So got that ready. Then I'm going to catch up with y'all and I'll tell you what else I did. Okay. Excellent. Whoops. All right. I have been busy, girl. I have been. Oh, Patty C, honey, I'm sorry. Oh, and Patty Chamberlain, you probably didn't hear, but Susan Smith's husband's in the hospital with heart problems. So, keep some good thoughts for him, please, sweetheart. Yes, Cheryl, good job. I have heard about that tape you can press on. So, and anytime you do a lot of quilts on a long arm, you've always got scraps. And why throw them away? Some people use them on their Swiffer dust mops. There's all kinds of little things. You can piece them together and use them if you want to work with beads and you don't want them to roll off. So, oh, Patty, we will be thinking of her, sweetheart. So, it's awfully good to see you just for a few minutes. So, but, oh, I'm sorry, Diana 57, do you have ongoing health problems or is this something a little bit specific? I tell myself I've got to exercise more. So, because, it's a lot to go to a retreat. I've got my car. Mark fills up my car here. But when I get there, it's up to me to get everything unloaded. A chair, I take my chair and everything. So, that she hit an N instead of a W. You saw a blueprint video where they curve the cuts. Yes, I've seen that too, but that takes more patience and more attention than Deb is able to give. So, you know me, Bonnie. It's like, I used to say that when I sewed for the costumer's job that I did triage sewing. I mean, it was like pedal to the metal, get it done. I didn't have time for all that stuff. But I think that's cute. So I got my chair out to take it to the retreat, looked at it and thought, this chair looks dirty. So I got out a good vacuum cleaner with the beater bar thing, and I kept, I see what it's doing. Good point. It wouldn't recognize. Now I get it. So you've got a very strong spell check program. I guess it is being a problem now. But I got out the vacuum and I vacuumed off my sewing chair because, I want to be, I don't want to embarrass them at the retreat. And I vacuumed it, and then I took a little Febreze and, got it out. And Mark came along, sweetheart that he is, got a damp paper towel, wiped the dust off the feet, the base of it, and the little metal parts of the arms. And I thought, oh, that's nice. So, see, Nadine jumps right in and protects her Diana. Isn't that sweet? We all need a Nadine. I love it. But no, y'all are the best. I love it. Okay, so I had a dilemma come up. I've never had this happen. Remember last weekend? I think it was last week or the week before. I wanted to show you the bingo game that I made for the quilt group. And I opened the drawer and it wasn't there. I've never had that happen. And the last time I saw it was in November. And I'm sorry, but when you're almost 63 years old, November was too long ago to remember. And so, AFib. Yeah, you got to be careful with AFib. I'm sorry, sweetheart. I'm sorry. Yeah, you have to be careful. I didn't even realize that until I've seen the commercials, But, you have a cold. I'm sorry, Nadine. So, anyway, I have looked over the entire house, cannot find my bingo game. Now, bingo games you have to have random cards. That's not something that's that easy just to do. Then you have to have a MasterCard. You have to have all the clues, the ideas for the clues to put in the spaces. Then I had a button box in it, which had a bunch of buttons I've been collecting for years that people could use to cover their words. And exactly, Patricia Fry is here. Yay. Yes, it is very, very true that when you do cut the curved line, when you put it in a bigger quilt, yeah, it makes it much easier, much less noticeable than a straight line would. And, but anyway, I couldn't find my bingo games. Looked the whole house over. Mark helped me. We went in the camper. I went in the garage. I was looking everywhere. Oh, yes. Don't forget to remind me about the Copperhead story. It's a doozy. So I had to, last night, go online. Luckily, I found a free printable bingo program, and I made up a whole new bingo game. And let me get it straight to show you here. So luckily somebody had left in a lot of terms and I just added to it. And then I printed it out. And the woman who I'm doing the retreat with this time, I'm not doing this retreat. She's putting it on and I'm just helping, just a little bit of help. And so I put it, that's what she named the retreat, and that's what I left it. And so I've got to cut these out. But I printed out 30 cards, 2 to a page. And then I printed out a caller's card. And then I have to now cut out all the words. So cut out the squares of the words so as I call something, I can put it in the right thing to check. So I had to make a whole new bingo game and luckily, you know how I love eBay. I had gone to eBay and got in fact, I'll show you. I love showing you. Thank y'all for not minding me showing you all my stuff. Because I love showing you. Okay. So I keep everything that is going to be for any activities I do at the retreat, I keep in one bag. I've learned with age, I've learned to keep everything segregated and organized, because when I get there and you've got 30 people talking all at once and all that, it can be, you love show and tell. I've always had my stories and my experiences, and so I've got 6 fat quarters because, I need to get a basket. Let me write that on my list. Hold on. I totally forgot. You have to have some kind of basket to write things on. And here's my list of, you better get this done, girlfriend. And so I'm going to write basket up top. And I have plenty of those white plastic baskets. So, and Mark's charging the phone. Good job. All right. I took hand sewing with me too when I had the car repaired, because I don't have time to waste time, let me tell you. And I was there 2 hours. And you won't believe it, but I got into a political discussion while I was there. I'll never do that again. So, we don't talk about that here. It's our happy place. Yeah, our happy place. All right, so I need a basket. Okay. So I've written it down in 2 places. But what we do is I take a basket, and everybody brings 6 fat quarters, and we get ready to play a game. We pass the basket around. Everyone throws in a fat quarter, and whoever wins that bingo game, and I verify it, then, thank you, sweetheart. Cheryl, you're the best. And Diana 57, I love you guys. Y'all are the best. And so you sent me a link. Oh, thank you, sweetie. Thank you. I didn't get it, but who knows if I missed. I'll check. But anyway, so everybody throws in a thing. And if you win the game, then you win all of the fat quarters in the basket. But you know me, I worry about being fair and being nice to people and all of that. And so if you win once, I say, you can't win again. You can win, but you can't collect the fat quarters. We'll keep going until somebody who had one. So I've got my 6 fat quarters, and I like to wrap them up in a ribbon. It makes me happy, and it's easy to then hand out. I'm bringing my Bonnie Hunter card game in case anyone wants to sit and play a card game. I don't know how to play it. I think it's a standard cards. Okay. So I have not played it yet, but I bought them last fall. And then here are their bingo chips that I got off eBay for like $2. And just in case this is not enough, because I don't have time to run by the store and get M&Ms, I grabbed off my shelf up here on my window, I grabbed my buttons. So, because I have a metal tin of buttons, that's missing too. I'll be honest. You know how I tell you things honest. Oh, cinnamon sticks. Yeah, because that's how people would gather cinnamon sticks, time and a ribbon. Yeah. So I my grandson wanted to earn some money, so I asked him if he would take the plastic baskets that I bought and sort fabrics by color into the baskets. They're still sitting on that counter, and they're stacked so high, I'm afraid to touch them. So my button tin is probably on there, and my bingo game may be on there, although I tried to feel around and couldn't find it. But anyway, so that's the bingo game stuff. Let me put it back in the bag so I don't lose it. Put the deck of cards in there, and I brought this because I'm put like business cards and the buttons for the containers in that for people. Then we're going to have a block of the month, which a lovely lady named Ann does every year. Well, it's not a block of the month, it's a raffle block. So you make, for every block you make, you get one chance at winning them. And so I did my block for that. And you did know I'm going to use bright colors and jewel tones. I mean, you know, you would think you'd come to the wrong channel if I used calm colors, right? So, and you know what? I wanted them to remember that I did it. I put my little label on there. Done. And, you know, I had to use my pink flamingos. I just love them. So anyway, so I got that ready to take. And then, you know, the bird pincushion I made, I had to find an opaque bag, put it in with my name in there, and staple it. So that's done. So I almost look organized, don't I? So anyway, I think that part's set. So I still have to cut out these and cut my bingo cards apart, and I might do that in a few minutes. Let's see. I am tickled. Busy Pat is here. Oh, sweetheart. Was it Busy Pat that gave me a subscription to a quilt magazine? Was that Busy Pat that did it? Because I was reading the magazine the other day and I thought, you know what? I kind of am starting to forget. See, you know, in fact, my birthday's this week. Don't tell anybody. Well, I'll be 63 officially this week. And I'm not going to tell you what day. You have to look it up. It's Harry Truman's birthday. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. So anyway, honey, I'm learning. I'm trying to learn to be organized. And y'all are helping me because I have to be on my game here for y'all because I realize y'all aren't going to hang around if I'm just Looney Tunes or just a mess. But see, I'm older than Bonnie. Let me tell you, oh God, I look every bit of my age. So if you see me in person, I've noticed this camera tends to fuzz me out. But if you see me in person, you go, oh God, she is old. I always like to say, I earned every wrinkle. Let me tell you. And you know, my Mark, he was born a year after me, but it's a year and a few months. So from the time that I have my birthday this week until when he has his, he says, I'm 2 years younger than you. And yeah, and he told me, you know, I'm too young to be with a nana, a grandmother. That was hard for him. We've started dating. He wasn't sure because I was getting ready to have my first grandchild. I was 48. And he thought, you know, I'm not sure I'm old enough to be dating a grandma. But okay, so let's see. Yep, Diana 57, you're right. I mean, life is there's a neat saying that you know, when my time comes, I don't want to be all preserved and beautiful. I want to come sliding in, all used up and I love that saying because it's like live life at full bore because, you know, we're not guaranteed anything. So enjoy it. So, Well, I hope, gosh, I tell you what, it seems like a lot of people, I think that the pollen has been stressing people and they've been getting sick. I almost thought the other day I was getting sick. I thought, not now, please no. So, but I tell you the truth. I wish I'd gotten Mark even younger so I could have trained a few more. No, he's a sweetie. He's been real good to me this week because I kind of warned him, watch out. In fact, my hair is looking a little bit better today, I think. The other day I thought, I don't have time to go get my hair cut. So I got my sewing scissors, the stainless steel dressmaking shears, went into the bathroom with my hairbrush and just started chopping. Good enough. So, oh, Patricia, that's right. You were sick when Maryland made you sick. See, you needed to come back to North Carolina, although you're going to be moving to Virginia. I mean, girlfriend, you're multi-state. How about that? So, but Nadine, I've got to tell you, in fact, I need to go find some of these photos. We have a new fan, and she is from New Zealand. She has sent me some pictures that are breathtaking. So, yeah, I mean, it was like, I got to do something here. And you know what I do? I'm going to tell you, Diana Wright, but the ladies, when I go get my hair cut, which I only go to Great Clips or something, I don't want to spend more than, too much. And, but I always give a good tip. I always give 50% tip. So just know that. But anyway, I take all this top part because it's getting thinner, and I take it and I pull it up and hold it and go straight across, because that's what my first haircutting lady, well, the lady that did me for like 21 years, that's what she did. And then I take the sides and pull them and do them at an angle. And the ladies at the thing thinks that's awful. You shouldn't do that. But you know what? It works for me. And since my hair is getting thinner, I need all the volume I can get. I got a big bowling ball head here, okay, guys? So I have to do what I can to soften. That's why I always said little kids love me, because I have the same head size and shape as they do, They're like, oh, she must understand me. She's got a big round head like I did. So, all right. Now, what was I getting ready to? Kathleen's got a cough too. Oh, good job. When you find a good hairstylist, they're worth a bunch. Aren't they, Diana? Diana, right? You know that. A good hairstylist is worth everything. And especially one that can keep all your secrets. I got to tell you something. I heard the other day that the Pope spoke to a group of hairdressers and warned them against gossiping. Because you know how people go get the haircut and they tell their hairstylist everything? And I'm thinking, Mr. Pope, I think your church has enough problems that you don't need to be admonishing hairdressers. I think y'all need to clean your own house first. But anyway, I'll be quiet now because that's kind of in that no political, no religious thing. So I better back off. I'll back off. So, Busy Pat resorted to, well, I tell you what, if it's the hair that was in the beautiful photograph of your daughter's wedding, oh my God, that was so beautiful. Aren't you glad y'all have that picture? I mean, if that doesn't set the tone for a beautiful wedding of your lovely daughter, I mean, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that is the hardest thing when you have to move and you have to find all new people. So I had a doctor here. She got caught for DUI and they took away her license. That was hard to switch. But I found a great new doctor who I'm even happier about, who caught things that had kind of been let go. So it was, some of these things seem hard at first, but remember, it's probably a good reason. So that picture, Busy Pat, is beautiful. I mean, that to me is on a par with the Dutch masters, the lady with the pearl earring and all those beautiful. There was just something ephemeral about it. The lighting, the mood. Oh my gosh. I better stop talking. It's just too amazing. Now, who is Jason? Akko, who is Jason? Is that your sweetheart? Or is that somebody famous that does hair? So for a while, when I first moved here, I tried cutting my own hair. And Mark finally said, Deb, if you could see the back of your head, you'd stop cutting your own hair. Oh, gosh. Oh, your husband. Good for him, Akko. Mark has cut my hair a couple of times, but I love it. I love it. And I told Mark I was so happy, Akko, that I figured out that Akko sounded like a Japanese name. I was so proud of myself. I love all kinds of nationalities. I think if I had to do life over again, if you had a couple more times around, I would love to be an anthropologist because I just love cultures and people and what makes people tick and the histories of each society. And so I love that. So I'm always paying attention to that. Oh my gosh. That Marty's cool. And what a great barn that Marty has. Please tell Marty I'm impressed with his new barn. And every man needs a barn, let me tell you. But, I lived on 10 acres for 14 years. And I got to tell you, we never got good buildings put on the land. It's always like playing catch up. So when I see that barn, I'm impressed. I love that stuff. So, okay, let me check a couple things real quick while y'all are talking, because then I want to show you some pictures. So, you had chemo, Kathleen Ziegler. We love you even more. Bless your heart, sweetheart. Bless your heart. Wow. Wow. He has 2 now. Oh, good. Good. Because you know what? When you have a ranch, you need all the storage space you can get. There are just so many things that happen and need doing. Okay, let me do this real quick, guys. I'll be right back. I'm still here, but let me check something. Okay. Gotcha. Yes, I do need to take a picture of Diana. I will do that. Oh my gosh. All right, let me do this. I really want you to see these pictures, so I'm excited. Let's see if I can do this. I told her I was so proud that after the terrible shooting in her country, their government jumped right on it and to try to make sure that never happens again. Bless their souls. And I can't wait. I'm going to try to pronounce the, oops. I'm going to try to pronounce the town she's from. It's the cutest name. All right, let's see. Oh, and I just another thing to tell you. She also asked me about kiwi and where did kiwi get his name? And I said from the fruit. And okay, Janine Smith. I've got to remember. So the sunrise I'm going to show you was taken by Janine Smith, April 11th, 2019. Now let me try to find that. The town she lives in is Wangaratta, New Zealand. And I apologize if I didn't get the right, you know what? I'm just going to show you here. I'm just going to turn this around and show you. It's just so pretty. I don't want to have to even go through. Can you see it good? Is that the most gorgeous sunrise? And then the other one, I love showing y'all this stuff. Now, I could use a night sky like this one. Oh, my gosh. And I showed it to Mark. And, of course, he said, that's the Milky Way, hon. Because he knows, I told you he knows all things outer space. But this, and she names, I'll tell you who took this picture. And this picture was taken just recently. But is that a gorgeous night sky or what? Okay. So I asked her first, I said, can I show the group on Sunday? She can't be here with us live because she's on the opposite schedule, on the opposite side of the world. So, but it's fun. We've had some good chats. So, okay. Okay, what's going on? Oh, wow. Oh, that's so cool. Wow, I love that he recycled and salvaged what he could out of an old barn. And good for you that you've got the garage now and you don't have to apologize. So, anyway. Oh, that black hole. Was that amazing? And I got to tell Mark, he had been on his motorcycle trip. And I said, honey, look at this. They actually filmed. And it was a young woman, 29-year-old woman, scientist who figured the formula. Because to film it, they had to get all these cameras coordinated from around the world to get that shot. And it was awesome. Yeah, because, I feel bad enough for Nadine. So it's almost 4 here, my time. For Nadine, it would be, what is 4 and 7? So 11. So it's like 11 o'clock. No wonder she has to get ready to go to bed. And she's got to work the next day. So, well, let me see. Okay. Hold on a second. Then I have, oops. Okay. Oh. So, let me see if I can find the picture that, there's a picture that Bonnie sent, and I'm looking for it. Hold on, guys. For some reason, it's not showing up. But, man, y'all been doing some cool stuff. Cool stuff. I'm just amazed at the work you guys do. And I want to give a shout out to Diana Wright about that Bargello jacket. Excellent job. Very, very pretty. And our best news of the week is she found her dog again. Look at that face. I mean, I'm sorry. You need that puppy. That is so sweet. I think his name was Kiko. And yay, her name. And yay for Kiko being found and back home. Thank goodness. Thank goodness. So, and the sweetest thing about Diane Wright's beautiful Bargello jacket is she gave it away to a woman who's going through treatment. How wonderful. You guys are the sweetest ladies. I'm so honored to know you guys. So honored. So, okay. Let me get out of that. I am trying to find your quilt, Bonnie. So let me look one more time. And I mailed my house block to Miss Diana Wright, and it should be there, I think, Tuesday or something. And And then Bonnie had sent something that she found at a quilt show, and the colors look just like Miss Nadine. So I sent that to Miss Nadine. So hopefully she'll get it soon. So, okay. Now this photo, is Nadine still there? This was taken by Martin Vandermost on April 9th, 2019. So let me see. This was just so pretty. And it's our Milky Way. And Mark falls asleep every night watching this show about the universe, narrated by Mike Rowe. What a yummy thing Mike Rowe is. But look at that. That is taken in New Zealand, where, yes, it's a fabulous camera, but also it shows you it's from an area where they don't have much light pollution. So they can really get beautiful looks. So, okay. Yeah. I want to show her John Wayne. You saw your baby, Akko. I'm just so exciting. So, all right. Whoops. Nope, don't want that. All right. I am looking. Let me see. I'm going to find some of this. Doop, 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 doop. Where is it? No, not this one. I am going to work on getting these out sooner so you can see. Okay, guys? Because what I have my tablet down here, but unfortunately I didn't have them transferred over yet. But, you know, yeah, I'm a little bit busy right now. Okay, let's see. Nope. Let me see. Here we go. Yay. Let's see. Here we go. Come on, open up. Well, this one's not going to open. Let me try it again. Here it is. Please open, please, because this is so amazing. Oh. Now, this is going to be a few pictures I'm going to show you. I hope you won't mind, but this is worth it. This is Diana Wright's quilt for her husband, who she loves dearly, and it's a John Wayne quilt. And I want you to notice how the background fabric has the look of leather. I was blown away by it. You ready? Look at this. Is that amazing? Isn't that gorgeous? And I know he's going to treasure it. He is going to treasure that. And I've got another one that's a close-up. So give me just a second. And because I said that fabric looks like leather. It's so beautiful. Okay. And let me tell you, Diana Wright, the first time I saw the movie The Cowboys, I had never seen a John Wayne movie where he died. It broke my heart. It broke my heart. It's like John Wayne's, he can't die. He's not supposed to die. So, Bonnie, I am wondering where Miss Bonnie's Sudoku quilt. I'm going to look again. Don't worry. I'm not giving up yet. But, but wasn't that a beautiful quilt? Y'all are so talented, and I want to show off your work, because it is exquisite. It is. And even Nadine said that she had something that was like a study in color. And I'm like, that is gorgeous, girlfriend. So, and I love seeing her working on free motion quilting. And that's great. Was it posted? Oh, that's cool. That is so cool. How big were his feet? Because he was a big guy. So, whoops. I better not. I was going to, if anybody wants to send me a picture I can show online, send it to the Our Time to Quilt at twc.com. I can show you that way, because I'm afraid to go to the site. I might lose this live stream. So now what was I going to do? I know what I was going to show you. I have been working on my grandson's tummy blanket, and I got the whole top done and a border put on it, and I wanted to have had it quilted by now, but not quite there yet. But I will get to it, and because I hate to mail it to him. But it's all bright. I had one block. I needed an extra block, and I found that fabric with the balloon. But the reason I'm showing you this is, Patty going. Bye, Patty. Tell your aunt that there are a lot of really nice ladies thinking about her, sweetheart. And we hope that she's feeling better really soon. I don't like to hear about anybody being sick. So take good care and tell Kenzie we said hi, Kenzie. So, okay. Now, the reason I chose this to be a tummy blanket is because I'm going to make all the little animals in the quilt stand out. So remember how we've been talking about trapunto? And, I know it seems weird to use black sashing, but that's how it came. And I cut them all apart to make them into a better size for a tummy blanket. And I kept looking at colors, thinking what colors to make the sashing. Not the black seemed the best. So then I thought, well, how do I lighten it up? I lighten it up by doing a rainbow border. So, but I wanted to tell you about how I do trapunto. So this animal is this orange fox. So what I've done is cut out polyester batting in the shape of that fox, put a couple little dots of glue and glued it down. The balloon, I put a couple layers on, and I did them in decreasing sizes so I can try to get a balloon shape once it's quilted. And so I've got a couple more blocks to glue down some more shapes. Then I will put it on the frame and put probably, again, a polyester batting, and because I want a nice high loft. And, you can always put 2 layers of batting, especially with the polyester, if you want to increase your definition. And so all of these animals will kind of stick out and be puffy. And I think he'll enjoy that. So, and let me tell you, he is growing. I don't know if you noticed the pictures that I sent this week. He is growing like a weed. So my daughter said she went to see him yesterday. My daughter, Katie, the one who lives on the eastern shore of Maryland, went to the Maryland Sheep and Wool. She loves that. That's the holy grail for her. And this is the new baby Kathleen. He's 6 weeks old now. And so she would stop by to see him and said, he is growing, Mom. So I can't wait. I get to see him in 1 week. Ladies, you don't know what that means to me to see this little boy because he's so far away. And for me, it's like might as well be almost on the other side of the world. And so I'm just going to hold him and smell him and tell him how much I love him and hope he doesn't forget Nana. His name is Russell Miguel Herrera Johnson. So he's beautiful. And let me see. I know. Hold on just a second. And I try to make some picture folders really accessible so I can get to them quickly and show you this little boy. And he's one of them. I mean, I'm one of those nanas that's like, oh gosh, you got to see this baby. But here is my son and him. And he's just a beauty. And as I told my son, it looks like, yep, I'm a dad now. This is my life now. So there's one more I wanted to show you. But look at the size of this little arm. I mean, he is growing. Look at that. He's going to be a strong baby. So at 1 month of age, he was over 11 pounds. So he's growing quite well. But let me see. But he's a beautiful baby. So, okay. Now, so I think I've shown you my quilt. I've shown you the stuff I made. I'm so proud of myself. I haven't bought anything. I'm trying to be real good. Oh, okay. I can show you my quilt. All right. This is Nadine's beautiful quilt. Gosh, I love it. It stays up there all the time. This is the quilt for today, okay? Here's the quilt for today. Now, I know one of you, I think Diana Wright has a Phoenix quilt. In fact, when I'm going to the retreat, I'm going to take this with me because it's just a clothes rack, inexpensive clothes rack, and I made the flannel like a pillowcase to go over it, and it's wonderful to take with me. All right. Here, I entered a quilt contest at a local shop, just a little cute little thing. And what they did is they gave you a piece of fabric, and you had to make a quilt out of that fabric. And this was my inspiration fabric, and you had to use the whole piece. And to me, it reminded me of fire and brimstone and the molten lava. And so this was 10 years ago, maybe. And so what I did is, in honor of my new life, I did a phoenix, okay? And this phoenix had all different colors of fabric. And then by hand, I did all different thread painting. But I'm learning now not to cover up all the fabric with threads, but I use metallics, everything. And it's a phoenix rising from the flames and ashes. And then I put in some of the, tulle to kind of soften, some of the background and some of the feathers and all that. And I did a little bit of beading, but I would like to one day do more. But anyway, I love this thing. I love it. And I had a lady, I've only had 2 quilts that people said, "Can I buy that?" And I said no each time because they happen to be, and this tells you something. One was my rooster quilt. The other is this one. And I think when you put something in, something really means something to you. And the rooster quilt's dedicated to my father, who passed away 9 years ago, this September or October. And but I think when you do something that really means something, that people can tell. And this was, I had only been here maybe 5 years, started a brand new life after 29 years. And this pretty much summed it up. And I treasure this. So this is today's quilt. This is it. All righty. And I didn't win. But it was just it was a shop thing, and I thought, I'll never enter anything else. But and I forgot to tell you, hold on one second. Okay. It does show in the work. And that's another thing. When I look at quilts, especially antique quilts, I always look and think, what was going on in her life during that time? Because I know in the past, last week's quilt I showed you was my misery quilt that turned into my victory quilt, the quilt I started when I knew I was going to get a divorce. And my fear and my angst and my pain was all sewn into that quilt. And it's a fabric embodiment of what my life was going through at that moment. And the neatest thing is by the time I finished the top, I had met Mark. And so and then just, I had already made plans to move. I had come down here and found, I love this area. It was like more like home than any place I've ever lived. So that's really nice. So anyway, yep, people can sense it. And that means a lot. So now let me see. Is there anything else? I need to put buttons on here. And, oh, yay. I wanted to show you about the buttons. I found some brown ones. And I think I'm going to put brown buttons on this because it's different. So I like that. So anyway, I don't know what I'm going to do. Would y'all be at all interested if I did a live stream from the retreat? Is that anything, maybe like Wednesday night, Wednesday evening around 6:37? Is that anything you'd be interested in? Or maybe I can just make a video. What do you think? Kathy Mitchell, I am with you, hon. I am with you. I thought I was married for life, but he wasn't. And he proved it with over 24 women. And you reach a point where you go, I'm worth more than this. I have to start. It was very scary. But you know what? You take that leap and you find this is exactly what was meant to happen. I have 3 beautiful children. Like Mark never wanted children. And so I have my 3 beautiful children. That's the best I could expect. I'm grateful for that. Thank you. And then you move on. And thank goodness. I think it's always better. So Cheryl Lemon, you think that maybe a live stream Wednesday evening from the retreat might be fun? I'd love to do that. And don't feel like you have to be there, Yeah, we all agree. I felt like a huge failure when I first found out I was getting a divorce. But then I realized it takes 2 people to make a marriage. It only takes 1 to ruin it. So, yeah, I would love to share the retreat. And I think the ladies would love it. So I will set something up, and I think it'll be a whole lot of fun. I'll show you, walk around, show you what a retreat's like. So, oh my gosh. Yeah. My ex has bounced from thing to thing to thing, and just, I am grateful for my children, and I'm grateful for a chance at a new life. So it's all good. What time's good for y'all on Wednesday? Is something, I know you don't want to go too late, but I want to give you a chance to come home from work or have your dinner. So I was thinking 6:37, 7:30. What's good for y'all? Yay! Vicky has her second puppy quilt top done. And Vicky, I hope you heard me say I really love seeing you on here. And I worried when I didn't see you last week. Just know that Jean is here. I love Jean. I know your names, and I feel like I know your spirits, and I love y'all being on here. This group is so good for my soul. Y'all, and you each are, you know what? Think of this. This is deep. Get ready. Deb's going to get deep here. We all work together to form a quilt, a patchwork quilt. Think of that. Every patch in the quilt is as important as the other patch. And without one of them, the quilt weakens. So we are all a wonderful group. Okay, we'll say 7. That's probably good. Or maybe, because what time do y'all eat? That's what I'm worried about. If I don't want to interrupt your dinner. Oh, I love that. I love that. That is very sweet, Kathleen. That is very sweet. Oh, poor Nadine though. She'll be snoring by the time we chat, but she can catch up maybe. Vicky was working cleaning up the yard. That Vicky's a busy person. You know who we haven't seen on here? Jamie. Jamie, from Jamie's Crafty World. I gotta find that Jamie. 'Cause we miss her. So if you eat by 6, maybe we'll say 6:30ish. That way it's not too late. But okay. Oh gosh, 2200. Oh, I forgot about Central Time. I better stay at 7 then. Thank you, Miss Bonnie. And Miss Bonnie, you gave me the best laugh today. Oh my God, I laughed out loud. Mark was like, "What is that?" I said, "Miss Bonnie just made the funniest joke about silicone." I thought it was so funny. Uh, hey, a garden's important. I miss a garden. I planted my tomatoes last week, and boy, are they growing gangbusters. But I just don't think I get quite enough sun for them to make tomatoes. And Ziva is back. Isn't she the cutest thing? I was so worried for Akko when that happened. So worried. Oh, I was talking about the silicone plant explosion in Illinois. And oh my God, Bonnie, I cracked up. I laughed out loud. When I laugh out loud, that is good. That is good. So I saw your email. So anyway, all right. Well, I'm sorry, you can kind of tell. But I put out 3 videos this week. I'm really proud of myself. So, and I've got one more. The doctor dropped your E, Bonnie. Bonnie's got a sharp wit. Let me tell you, don't ever try to sneak anything over on Miss Bonnie. She will catch you. She's like Diana 57 or Diane 57. She will catch you. They mine like a steel trap. They don't miss a thing. So, oh, the new lady. That's what I was going to tell you her name because, she can't be here with us. Susan Cooksley. And we just think the world of Susan. She's from New Zealand. And she was telling me she wanted to know why kiwi was, the copperhead story. No, I'll tell you right now. Okay. All right. But anyway, if you ever want to look up on YouTube a bird called a kea, Kea. Oh my gosh. She said it reminded her of kiwi. But this bird's scary in a way, I tell you. But anyway, okay, the copperhead story, and then we'll go. Mark went to let the dogs in. Or no, let them out. And I happened to look, and as he opened the sunroom door, I saw a 3-foot copperhead slither in the room real quick. And he didn't see it. Right past his feet. Right in the door. I'm like, oh my God, that's a copperhead. And we live in a very heavily wooded acre and a quarter, so a lot of copperhead, perfect country for him. So I'm thinking, okay, Mark's a city boy, okay? Remember that. Mark's a city boy. I'm the one that lived on 10 acres. I'm like, oh my God, I've got to find something. What am I going to find? I found a plunger and I found a squeegee. It's the only thing I could find. And I knew that even though this copperhead was only 3 feet long, they are highly poisonous. The babies have just as much poison as an adult. So I start banging on the floor to get the snake, because I know they can't hear, but they can feel vibrations. So I start banging on the floor. I told Mark real quick, because I wanted him to get out of the way. Prop open the door, get out of the way. And I start banging on the floor with the squeegee and the toilet plunger, and get the snake starts going back out the door. Soon as that snake made it across the threshold, because my dogs were out there, and I've had a dog bitten by a copperhead. I can tell you that one too. Soon as that copperhead made it back out the door onto this deck, I start wailing at it with a squeegee and a plunger. And I am wailing and wailing and wailing on it. Finally, Mark said, "Hon, it's dead. It's dead." Because I wasn't going to stop. And I'm just these little tools, and I'm just like. So finally, I took the metal part of the squeegee and made sure trying to cut his head off. Because even if they're dead, their muscle reflexes keep going. They're still as dangerous. You've got to be so careful. So I just wanted to tell you, if you get in trouble, you got a poisonous snake, call a woman. We'll take care of it. But anyway, the story real quick about my dog who got bitten by a copperhead was back when I lived on the farm. And it was about midnight, and my greyhound came in and looked at me. And I thought, he was a black greyhound, came and looked at me, and I thought, uh-oh, what's wrong with him? And I saw 2 drops of blood on his nose, 2 dots. I went, oh, crap, what has he been in? I was hoping it was like a rose bush, and they said, Mom, Daisy, our little beagle, she's out here and barking and she won't come in. And she's barking and barking. So I grabbed a flashlight, went out there. Sure enough, she had the copperhead cornered. And she was staying just out of reach of it. And no, the copperhead finally went into a trash bag, into the trash can. But anyway, she had the copperhead cornered. I told my husband to get a shovel. And I had the shoes on, and I stepped on him and kept stomping on the shovel until the head was cut off. And oh yeah, you got to watch out. And so then we realized, oh crap, the greyhound was bitten by a copperhead in the face. We found the local emergency vet. 12:30 in the morning, we're flying to the emergency vet with this greyhound. His face was starting to swell. We thought, oh my God, it's right there on his nose. He's not going to be able to breathe. The greyhound ended up looking like a Rottweiler. And what I mean, Nadine, is greyhound's noses are very narrow. His face swelled up like a Rottweiler. And you would know what a Rottweiler looks like. I think they're a German dog, aren't they? I mean, it was this big. He had to be on IVs. He had to be on all kinds of medication. We came the next morning to see him, and she said, please do not touch his face. I cannot tell you how painful that face is on him. He had to stay at the vet about 36 hours, and then finally we were able to bring him home. So that beagle saved his life, because I don't know what would have happened if he couldn't have been put on IVs and oxygen. And she ate steak. We fed her beautifully. She was the hero, because if it hadn't have been for her for cornering him and barking to alert us, oh my God. And what made her, I mean, the animals are so incredible. She must have seen Phelan, the greyhound, get bitten, and then she knew to let us know. So that's my story. It was like a $1,800 vet bill, which was horrible, but my Phelan lived. And let me tell you. Oh my gosh, Kathleen. Oh my gosh. Y'all are rascals. So anyway, those are my stories. That's it for today. So, but if you ever need snake wrangling, I will grab my squeegee, honey. I will be there. I will kill that puppy. So, and you know what? My idea is I don't kill harmless snakes. But if a poisonous snake comes up near my house, I'm sorry. He had the rest of the woods to play in. And greyhounds were raised at a racing track, and they have no street cred. They don't know anything. So he just thought, oh, this is cool. And I had a pond I had dug in the backyard, and every greyhound that came through the rescue ended up in the pond. They didn't know that you couldn't walk across water. They thought it was just land like everything else. So take care. Mwah. Bye-bye. This week, if you need a laugh, think of me and my squeegee going after that copperhead. Take care. I love you much. I'll have some good things on tape and some good things for you. And I do plan to be home in time for next week's live stream. So look for me, 3 o'clock. I'll have information and pictures for you. Okay? Yeah, we had fun as a kid. We did the most dangerous things, didn't we? Next week, I'll have to tell you about when I wanted to see if the car cigarette lighter really was hot. I have to tell you that one. Take care, guys. Thank you. Be safe. Think about Susan Smith's husband. Please keep him close in your heart. I miss my Susan. And thank you, all of you. Y'all are the best. Bye-bye. Do something good for yourself. Can't be good for others until you're good for yourself. Feed your soul. Bye, guys. Y'all are the best. Happy Cinco de Mayo. I'm going to go get a margarita. Talk to you later, guys. Bye-bye. Mwah. Bye, Miss Nadine. Bye, Sonia. Oh, there's so many good names. Oh, I love you all. Bye, Akko. Congratulations. Give Kiko a hug for us. Bye, sweeties. Bye-bye. Oh, bye-bye. I'm going to miss you. I do this all the time. I miss y'all.